There are many things that the government is doing and we are not able to reach to the users. And a good example in our meeting today that has come is about BRT that will affect majority of the Matatu circles that are within Thika Road, Githurai. And the people who are being called in government meetings are not the real people who are operating this route. And so their plea today is for us to be able to have a bigger meeting so that we can be able to communicate and know what is BRT and how they can be able to come in and how they can work together with the government. And there are many other issues that we are discussing on how we can be able to look at insurance. COVID hit all of us. And of course, the Matatu industry was also hit. So for us, and we have the CS here to see whether we can have economic stimulus packages for the sector. As we catered for health, we always cater as government, the farmers. This is also a sector that really holds the economy. And so we are starting to have that kind of discussion to see how we can be able to support them.
And you also, on the same breath, you also like to request the government. Yes, they did open the full capacity, but they also look into the matter of night travel, to extend the hours of the curfew, because that's where we are also suffering. We find the long distance people going to Moranga, going to Mombasa. You have seen where the companies are closing down in Mombasa. So let the government look into that, because at the end of it all, everyone is crashing, everyone is moving to beat that curfew hours. Then you are all taking people same hours, and then that can be a very super spreader. So if people can have more hours in the evening to travel at their will, we would really appreciate, so that even other business can open up. We want, if possible, and it is possible, an election countrywide for the real people in the Matatu sector. The way we are called at Kasarani to campaign or to request our vote, the same way we be called and elect our leaders. Because those people, they don't represent us, and that's why you see all these problems in our sector, because there is a communication breakdown between us and the government. And that's why you see a lot of people in the Matatu, they don't know what is BRT, who is going to run BRT. So, and so many other things, the ills in this industry. So we would request the government to help us to have that, to facilitate through the NTSA, to call the circles, and we have a meeting and elect our real, true leaders who will from there be communicating with the government of the day.
What I've just listened and learned is that there is no proper information on the ground about how this BRT is going to be run. So we'll be urging our colleagues in government to have a meeting with the sector so that we can get to know how to educate the sector players on what BRT is, how we intend to run it, and also hear their grievances on the insurance, which is a bit high, and what we can do to assist to make sure that all the companies that are insuring Matatus are up and running and they are liquid, so that they can be able to meet the insurance claims that these people are always presenting to them. They pay their policies, so once a claim arises, they expect the government or the companies that they take the policies to will be able to pay the compensation claims.